Hello and welcome to Night Talkers, your weekly Game of Thrones after show here on entertainment.ie, talking about everything that goes on in season 7 of Game of Thrones. This week we're talking episode 2, Stormborn, and we'll dive right in Dragonstone and all that drama that went on between Varys and Daenerys testing his loyalty.
I know, God, she really did give him a good doing over there.
I know, I thought they may have resolved that on like the months-long boat trip.
I know.
To get to Dragonstone.
That's why part of me was like, okay, I guess they haven't had much screen time together, but surely this conversation would have happened before now, you know? Like, as you said, they spent a lot of time on a boat together. But I suppose the viewer had to see it, given that, you know, he did try and have her assassinated way back when. So, yeah, and I suppose he proved his point as well. It's a lot of political talk, I guess, of like, you know, sort of, you know, you shouldn't rule by tyranny, you should, like, you know, rule by looking after the people. So I guess, you know, it was a very political episode overall, I think, with sort of different versions of power and what's the best way to rule. But yeah, poor Varys. But I think he stood his ground well against her.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of background refreshing with his character as well. So, he's for the people. He was slaughtered by a red priest, was it? Or someone back east and all these other things like that. But I suppose, do you trust him when he says this about, Max? Do you think that he's genuinely loyal to her now? Or do you still think he's out for the realm / himself?
I think definitely still the realm. I guess he has picked Daenerys as the best option for the realm at the moment. Now, so to say his loyalties will never change again. I think they probably will. But I think for now, yeah, he's definitely behind her.
I suppose that threat of, I'll burn you alive.
Yeah, Daenerys, you would want to watch her, I'd say. You know, there's a touch of, and I know they're, making it pretty obvious. I don't think it's, you know, kind of too underlying that there is sort of that, you know, she's very power hungry now, you know, and everything is about, you know, just getting on that Iron Throne. And it'll be interesting to see now, not to get too far into the episode, but, you know, what happens when she meets Jon and when he kind of puts forward this whole other war to her and where her, priorities will lie then. But, yeah, there is a sort of reining her in that kind of is happening. But at the same time, you've got someone like Olenna Tyrell being like, I've outlasted them all.
Yeah.
Listen to me. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's definitely an element of tyranny coming upon Daenerys'
I feel
rule.
Varys kind of laughed off her joke about burning alive, and I was like, is he laughing off because she's making a joke or because he doesn't see her as a threat? But anyway, speaking of burning alive, then Melisandre arrives. Fresh off the boat.
I know.
I
was a little disappointed because we know so little about the episodes, but all that HBO had said was that Daenerys gets an unexpected visitor. So I was, you know, Jon and Daenerys are going to meet. It was the poxy red lady shows up again. Just no shaking her.
Yeah, with her woke genderless prophecy speech.
Yeah, and I think
excite everyone.
Again, like what we were saying, there was so much sort of plot exposition in the whole story in the whole episode, and that every so often we were just given sort of little tidbits that, you know, in case you've forgotten, this is the background story here, which they put in very well, but a part of me was kind of like, you know, the prince that was promised, that's actually gender neutral now, and just little stuff that's sort of for the viewer at home, this is your background bit now.
Yeah.
So I felt that happened quite a bit, but at the same time, a part of me is because we're so engrossed in it the whole time and we're reading about it and looking into it, that I guess for so many viewers, it's kind of necessary to remind people of where the hell this all began and whose characters are loyal to who and that kind of thing. So I suppose it was necessary for the episode. But yeah, so just on a tangent there. So the Red Lady, as they're living in Daenerys' gaff now, I guess.
Yeah, but I love the way how they're all talking about Jon Snow like we talk about Jon Snow. They're this king in the north, he has something to give. And they're like, who? What? Who is this Jon Snow? And Tyrion's all like, I know Jon Snow. He's
I know,
great.
I met him once.
Yeah, I know Jon
He's
Snow.
my friend.
Yeah.
I love
that they were both so complimentary about each other, really, in the episode, which is really nice. So I was like, get them back together.
Do you think Daenerys will trust the Red Woman when she finds out what she did?
Well, the whole thing with the little girl, is it Shireen?
She also betrayed, well, she didn't betray, but
see, I think Daenerys is quite open to the whole Lord of the Light thing. I don't think she's open to killing children. But again, part of me is kind of because Dany is kind of getting that darker side to her, I don't know, maybe it won't be as much of an issue. You know, she would be, Jon and her are completely different characters in a lot of ways, you know? So I could see how Jon would be like, get the hell out of here. Get
the hell out of here.
Whereas, I don't know, Daenerys, I don't know, it's a tricky one. It'll be interesting to see what happens though when they do all meet and Sir Davos is back. He'll be with Jon Snow as well, and of course the Red Lady will be there. So this will all have to come out. But I think maybe Daenerys will just have her eye on the throne, is again so power hungry that I think she might be willing to let some things slide if she thinks the Red Lady is going to be of any use to her.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting then when she was talking to Elena privately later on. Elena was like, all men are sheep, be a dragon.
Yeah.
So like, do you think she's going to listen to any of them, all of them, one of them, none of them? Who do you think she's going to...
I do. I mean, she was echoing a lot of what Tyrion was saying. So, as in, you know, she wasn't going to be the Queen of the Ashes, you know? It was kind of funny when she like repeated what Tyrion had said.
And he was just like,
that's my line.
That's my line.
Yeah. But I don't know. What do you think of Daenerys? Do you think she's going to, like, I don't know. I'm a little concerned for her at the moment.
Yeah, there is definitely hints that she's becoming more power hungry, and the fact that she's learned of this prophecy now, I think, does feed into it a bit more. I think this is a bit of misdirection from the showrunners. I've never been more convinced that Daenerys is not the prince that was promised. I just think the way her trajectory is going, she's very much going for the throne. I don't think she's going to have any interest of what's going on in the north.
But she's dragons. She's sort of magic. Like,
I
she
know.
can't be burnt. But like, she's going to think she's like, oh, I can't be burnt and I have dragons. I'm definitely like magical.
Yeah.
I'm definitely Jesus.
I think
in this
that's why.
scenario.
I think that's why she's going to.
Lady
She's
Jesus.
feeding into it, all right. I think she'll believe in
Blonde
it, but
Lady
I'm not
Jesus.
sure if it's going to be like George R. R. Martin is known for subverting what we expect to happen.
Yes.
I know, but there's only so many ways this show can end. You know.
True, it is narrowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then we also got to see a Grey Worm and Missandei finally
I know.
consummating the love. But my one big
It was
problem
a
with
lovely
that,
scene.
but
Yeah.
apart from the fact that they left the damn door open,
Oh, yeah.
that was like the entire time I was like, okay, they're showing us that she's disrobing through
Yeah.
an open door, and then they didn't close the damn door. I
Yeah.
was like,
I was so caught up in the emotions of it that I
Didn't really
even
notice
I
the
was like,
practicalities.
I did initially notice the door was open, but yeah, I forgot then because I was like, oh, look, you know.
they just don't care.
Yeah.
They're
It's
like-
like, that's a will they, won't they that's sort of just been brimming under the surface for seasons now. And it's just like, oh, at least they
Yeah.
finally, you know, express
Probably means they're both going to die.
Oh, really?
Let's be honest.
Oh, they are? Oh.
Like, it was
Yeah, I was like-
probably-
Assume so now.
Oh, I know,
Sorry.
Fiona.
I'm sorry, how would you know?
I know.
I'm like, oh, they are, Dave, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But, you know, at least that's out in the open now.
King's Landing is where we move to next.
Yes.
With Cersei trying her best to plot and scheme and be
I know.
all powerful, but
Propaganda war.
Yeah.
Mad King's daughter.
yeah, like to be fair, it's a good angle to come at, being
Yeah.
like her dad was mad,
Yeah.
so
And
Beware.
it's kind of interesting as well. I mean, the sort of reflection on today's power struggles and like, oh, don't let these foreigners come into our lands and all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
And like the kind of, well, anyway, that's just an interesting note that the writers are going with, I guess. But yeah, I thought the most interesting person in that situation was Tarly, Randall Tarly.
oh, Sam's dad.
Yes, because he previously fought with the Targaryens against Robert Baratheon, and that was the only battle in that whole war that Robert lost.
Oh, yeah.
So he's sort of known as a very good, you know, man to have around, like tactical man to have around in war. And I mean, I know he was kind of saying to Jaime that he didn't want to go betray the Tyrells, but now he's promised him that he'd be warden of the South if he does stay with the Lannisters. So I mean, having him on side along with this like super ass mega weapon they have down in the basement for the dragons.
Yep.
It's sort of, I think initially it was always like, well, how is Cersei going to stand a chance against the Targaryens? Whereas now things are kind of starting to play in her favour a bit.
Yeah, I feel like never underestimate Cersei Lannister.
No, yeah.
Like, she's lived her life scheming and plotting, and I'm like, she'll just try and do something underhanded and backhanded and probably hire assassins to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. Do you think her dragon killing machine will work, Max?
Yeah, I think it's the first time I've ever felt like the dragons, that we mightn't see the 3 dragons make it all the way to the final battle.
Say it.
But it looks like it. Like, why introduce it if it's not going to have
Yeah.
an effect, you know?
That's a good point.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I mean, they are giant fire-breathing, like flying demons. I don't know how like accurate that thing is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, but I suppose
But we have seen one of them wounded in battle before, so we know.
that's true.
Although it didn't have obviously much of an effect then, it really does feel like it's possible.
Yeah.
Right, dragons in danger. We move to Old Town, and where everything that Sam does just happens to be gross.
So gross.
It was so gross. It was literally like I was like,
That was-
why?
That was definitely the
know.
worst scene so far. In like, I know everyone
In
else.
7 seasons, I think that's the worst scene I've ever watched.
Yeah,
No,
I was
but
really
this-
like this. I was like, oh.
I think so many people talked about the montage last week with the chamber pots and whatnot. That didn't really bother me, but this time was awful.
Yeah.
I literally was retching watching
Removing
it.
the
I was
skin.
like,
Although the way they framed that shot of going from the grayscale up to the
pie.
pie.
Oh my God.
That was very good.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
congratulations
it was like,
and well done.
oh god,
Yeah,
oh
but,
no,
like,
wait, it's fine.
Yeah, no, but it was still, it was like, I was finding he was cutting away and he was like really like hacking away at him, and then it was like, oh, there's pus, great.
Yeah.
Great. There's pus.
So disgusting. Yeah.
Do you think that it's going to work? Do you think that Jorah is going to be on the mend, or do you think it's really just like extending his time?
No, I think it will. I feel like maybe Ser Jorah has some other part to play down the line with Daenerys. I mean, he is Lord Friendzone, I guess, after all. But
Never forget.
I assume that he is going to be cured and that there is some sort of part for him to play. But at the moment, it's so hard to know. There's so many different players going on.
Who knows where he can end up?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll keep talking about that pie and move with Arya to hot pie. I was so glad to see hot pie. I was like someone I'd completely forgotten about, and I was like, hot pie.
With yet another little tidbit of information to kind of get a character moving.
Yeah, he knows everything.
He does know everything.
He's the anti-Jon Snow.
But yeah, I was delighted for that moment on the road when she was like, "Will I go get my revenge, or is family more important?" And she chose family. But now it's going to be interesting because it's the King's Road they're all on, and isn't Jon heading off to find Daenerys? So are they?
Jon's not going to be there by the time she gets there.
Yeah, but will they not pass each other on the
No,
road?
they're going northeast. They're going east to the sea to then sail to Dragonstone.
Right.
So
well, then maybe it will just be Arya and Sansa have a little reunion.
Maybe, and Bran's at the wall, so maybe an actual, because they're actual family as opposed to Jon, who's just a cousin.
Yeah,
you don't want your cousin hanging around like your odd cousin.
No, who wants that?
You're like a zombie odd cousin, because he is a zombie basically. But Arya was also reunited with her long lost dire wolf.
Yes.
And we thought it was going to be lovely, but it was actually a bit of a bittersweet moment.
It was. It was also, the showrunners were saying, I think a Reddit chat or something afterwards, because I was like, wait, is it not the dog? It is the dog, but it is. It was definitely.
It was definitely Nymeria.
But apparently, it's recalling a scene from the first season between Ned Stark and Arya, and he said to her, sort of like, you're going to have to be more like, you're going to be like a lady like Sansa one day, and she was like, that's not me. That's not, that's not who I am. So the showrunners were saying that is a reflection of that conversation, that she was sort of begging her to come back and be with her and be her loyal, but she was like, that's not you, as in like, that's not your personality as a direwolf, not as opposed to, that's not you, you're not Nymeria, my direwolf. But that was like a big callback to make, like you kind of would have needed them. I didn't remember that conversation.
No, I didn't remember the conversation either, but what I read from the scene was kind of this, like, they've both moved on and they're both different not people, because obviously one's a wolf, but like they both not the same, and so Nymeria would never go back with Arya, because also there's a bit of judgment. Do you think there was some judgment there that maybe she's
definitely
like a psychotic murderer now?
I think she's looking at her saying, I don't even recognize you anymore, you're not the person I once knew.
I'd imagine Nymeria will still have her back though. I feel like she's probably going to save her at some point.
She's gonna, like Ghost, just like be there in the background.
Yeah, sort of like, I'm with my own crew now, but keep an eye on you, Arya.
I'll stalk you. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be hanging around.
Yeah. Then up in Winterfell, Jon telling everyone he doesn't really care that he's King of the North. He was like, didn't want this, but you made me it, but I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah. And the power struggle again between Jon and Sansa, which I guess is necessary because it's, leading to something. But I was like, come here, we've had this conversation before. Like Jon saying something, everyone going, I don't know about that. Little Queen stepping up and saying something, and then Sansa undermining him again, and Littlefinger in the corner. I'm like, did we not see this last week? Did we not see this last season?
Yeah.
But I guess, it was sort of like rinse and repeat thing. But, it'll be interesting to see now with Sansa in control.
Absolutely, how that'll go. But I think one interesting thing from that scene, I thought, was just it kind of reminded you just how awkward tensions will be if Jon Snow's true identity comes to light. Just how much there is tension between the Starks and the Targaryens, because as they mentioned, I think it's Jon's grandfather was burned alive by the Mad King. So I wonder how people will react if he comes out as a Targaryen. Will he be accepted as the King of the North? Will Sansa take over?
Ooh. But he's both. He's both Stark and Targaryen. Anyway, he
is both, but
but again, it's this whole thing going through the whole show where Jon isn't punishing children for the sins of their fathers. So maybe he's going to expect that to be reflected in others, but maybe because it's Game of Thrones, it won't, and they'll just kill him.
Maybe.
Who knows?
No. Not Jon.
Not again.
I can't go through that again. That was a hard summer.
I did cheer Queen of the North at my TV when Jon was like, well, you're in charge now. But then she was like, oh shit, I am in charge.
Oh no, I can't just be undermining you all the time. And what is Littlefinger up to?
Do you think he knows the truth about Jon?
Yes.
Yes?
Definitely. Well, he definitely suspects that he's not Ned Stark's son.
Does he?
I definitely think so.
Yeah. I can't work Littlefinger out this season. I know it's something, like, as in, I know they're trying to say, you know, him and Sansa will go off together, they'll, you know, betray Jon. But a part of me is like, well, no, that's too predictable. So I feel like something, I don't know. I literally don't know. Littlefinger is one of those ones that, you know, when he does reveal his hand, you're always sort of looking at him going, oh God, I knew he'd do this. It's like you sort of subconsciously take in what Littlefinger is doing the whole time.
Yeah, but not.
And then when he does, you know, pulls out that, you know, card or whatever, you're like, oh God damn it, there's Littlefinger, you know. That's how we got his name.
There's Littlefinger, but it's Littlefinger.
Littlefinger, doing it, you know, sticking the knife in again. So, yeah, he's one to watch. Like, he intentionally antagonized Jon down there, you know, that way.
Yeah,
and it was weird because I guess we would never have really seen them two have a conversation before.
No,
yeah.
not at all.
So there's a lot of first time meetings and conversations had, you know, and people, you know, even Daenerys even talking about Jon Snow was sort of a new one, you know. It's everything is definitely closing in a lot more, I think.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Finally, then we moved to the big set piece of the week, which. God, it started off like just with like some horny people in a boat. And it was like, oh, look at this little horny people in a boat. Oh, of course it's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
We kind of knew from the preview from last week that there was going to be, and from the season, that there was going to be some big fiery boat showdown at night time. But Euron, who's like just a mad Captain Hook, like on his plank as it like falls down onto the thing.
Deranged.
That was just, he's like, it's a bit panto. He's a bit panto for me now.
I'm totally there for it though.
Oh, really?
I like it, yeah.
I'm not sure, like, how many men also were on that boat? Like, they just kept flooding out. It was like a clown car. It was like all these pirates coming out with the boat and coming onto the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fed up of, like, mad, crazy, evil Game of Thrones characters. Not fed up, but it's just, you know, you got so taken in with Joffrey and Ramsay as well. Whereas, like, with Euron, I'm like, oh, okay, another mad bastard, great. Like, you know?
He's kind of getting shit done.
Yeah.
He's the one who actually...
I think we just need to see more of him as a character as opposed to just fighting and just I don't know, to get a little bit more inside his mind and understand his motives a bit more. Whereas, yeah, I don't know. He's an interesting one, I guess, and one to watch.
Yeah.
And now he has Yara and Ilaria.
Yeah, I know. We said goodbye to like Angry Snake and Whippy Snake because I don't bother to learn their names. So and now he has Mama Snake and Sexy Snake. It's like because that's literally there's no point in learning their names. That's what they're referred to.
They were like do you think, the least popular characters.
What do you think he's going to do with them?
Oh God, I really worry for them. I mean, he's going to bring them back as the prize to Cersei Lannister, and we all know what she does with people she doesn't like.
She knows gifts.
I mean, has anyone even asked about the Septa? You know, where is she, Dave? I need
God.
to know.
No, I don't want to know.
Is she ever going to show up again? Have we just accepted that she's dead? I don't know. That scene with her in the mountain just really horrified me to my core. I think
it's worse if you just imagine that she's still alive. She's still down there.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I'm fearing that she is, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I kind of worry that will happen with Yara and Ilaria. Although I did think there was an interesting with the whole Theon Greyjoy thing. You know, like, come on, Theon, this is your moment. Like, save your sister.
I was like, oh, Orinoco flow.
But as you said before, they do like to kind of, you know, subvert the whole narrative.
How you expect things to go.
Like in any other TV show or movie, that would have been the moment where he saves his sister and you know, he sort of triumphs over everything that's happened to him. But in one way, it's sort of interesting that you're seeing that, well, no, he is broken and he is sort of really still suffering from the trauma of what he's been through.
He also just shows survival.
Yeah.
Like in a way, I think it's a smart move because he would have died on that boat.
Yeah. Whereas I think maybe down the line, he will redeem himself by maybe rescuing her some way.
Hopefully.
But
it'll be interesting to see what happens now. Where does he wash up? Is he going to return to...
I'm like, maybe he'll meet Gendry. Who's still rowing away. I honestly think that may be a thing.
There's room in here for one more.
Yeah, exactly. Can you row? Do you have 2 hands? No penis? Great. Get in my boat. Next week, we finally get Dany and Jon in one room.
Oh, they're going to meet. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to get on?
It'll be tense.
It'll be tense.
A tense scene.
Yeah.
With everyone, all the sharp-witted people involved.
That's true.
Tyrion and Davos and Dany and Jon and Melisandre.
Do you think he'll bend the knee?
No.
Well, interestingly, Tyrion didn't put that. He was very, you know, diplomatic with how he actually invited Jon Snow.
Was it not in the thing? She told him to come here and bend the knee.
Yeah, which
she
was another kind of. That was an echo of what Cersei had said the previous week. So it is sort of again that sort of thing with Dany of, you know, is she becoming like Cersei? You know, who is the best person to rule here?
Yeah.
But that will be interesting. I mean, he has to. I want to know how he's going to explain the whole like White Walker thing. I think that's going to be funny. Like, you know, no, I swear to God, they're dead people and they're coming towards us, you know?
Well, I feel like Daenerys is like, yeah, I can walk through fire and I've got 3 dragons. I kind of believe you.
Yeah, but will it be enough for her to turn her attention against her, 7-season-long mission to get to the Iron Throne, to sort of change her priorities now to focus on this other battle? And if he manages to convince her to do that, that will be huge. That will change the entire direction this season. But I feel like her priority will still be getting on the Iron Throne, and then maybe next season she'll turn her attention, if she survives, which hopefully she will, she'll turn her attention to the White Walkers.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait till next week to find out what exactly goes on between Dany and Jon and everyone else. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.